Well, these are appalling and savage terrorist attacks, and I've just spoken to the Prime Minister of Belgium to give our sympathies and our condolences to the Belgian people, and we absolutely stand with them at this very difficult time. These were attacks in Belgium. They could just as well be attacks in Britain or in France or Germany or elsewhere in Europe, and we need to stand together against these appalling terrorists and make sure they can never win. I've also made sure that we've offered every support to the Belgian security and policing and intelligence forces at this time. I've chaired a meeting of COBRA here in London to make sure that we're doing everything we can to enhance our own security, and there'll be increased police presence at ports, airports, underground stations and international railway stations, as you'd expect. But these are difficult times, these are appalling terrorists, but we must stand together to do everything we can to stop them and to make sure that although they attack our way of life and they attack us because of who we are, we will never let them win.
What is the government security assessment of the implications of the attacks in Brussels for this country?
Well, we obviously still got information coming in, and if there is information that implies there's a direct threat to the United Kingdom, then we'd raise the security threat level even higher than it is today. But it already stands at severe, which means we believe an attack is highly likely, and that has been the case for some time. So we'll continue to keep the situation under review. We'll continue to make sure that COBRA meets and to make sure we do everything we can to keep the British people safe. But we face a very real terrorist threat right across the different countries of Europe, and we have to meet that with everything we have.
Do you have news about any British nationals caught up in this?
I think it's too early to say, but we will make announcements when we have hard information. But obviously, information is still coming in. This is an appalling set of attacks. There's clearly been a large-scale loss of life, many people wounded, and when we have hard information, then obviously we'll talk very clearly to the public about it. There is already a phone number for people to ring, which they can get off the government website if they're concerned about relatives or loved ones who are in Brussels at this time.
UKIP have suggested today that this shows that the Schengen area is a threat to our security. What do you make of comments like that?
Well, I think it's not appropriate at this time to make any of those sorts of remarks. What we should be doing today is expressing our sympathies and condolences with the people in Belgium who've suffered this appalling terrorist attack. We in this country knows what that feels like because of what we experienced in 7/7. We saw what happened in Paris. This is the latest terrorist outrage. Today is a day for sympathy and condolence, for enhancing our own security, for working with our Belgian colleagues and offering them every help that we can, and to making sure we're very clear we will never let these terrorists win.